the elimination of nuance. This is what we're dealing with in America, more specifically, but in the world. It's the eliminating of the gray area, right? It's the I can't disagree with you without you considering my disagreeing with you hatred. Or if I disagree with one facet of what you present, that means I'm dismissing everything else good about you, right? You see it with LeBron James, right? The most polarizing person, right? There are people who, because they don't like his antics, they don't like some of the things he said and done, the way he does certain things, they completely dismiss all the good things he's done. And then there's people who because they love how he play basketball, they will ignore all of the negative things he's done and ignore some of the signs of him being a part of some things that may not be on the up and up. That's another video for another day. But what I'm saying is, we have gotten to this place where I can't give you constructive criticism without you feeling disrespected. I think about Jesus when he came in the scriptures and Revelation, when it talks about him going to the 7 churches of Asia, and he's telling them, listen, you did this good, but I got this thing against you, right? And so a lot of times, man, like I said, we have this mentality that it's all or nothing. It's black or white. It's north or south. There's no in between. There's only North Pole, South Pole, but there's no equator, right? There's no land in the middle. You either from the North Pole or you from the South Pole, right? You either Democrat or Republican. You either left or right. But it's like, nah, I agree with some of the stuff here, but I disagree with how y'all do that and that and that. And on this side, I agree with a little bit over here, but I disagree with all this, that, and the third. This is what's happening in America. And when you do that, you eliminate, and even if you look at the economy, even the economy is slowly trying to eliminate the middle class, to where it's just you either gonna be poor or you're gonna be rich. Yo, it's a dangerous, weird thing that's going on. Because if I can no longer tell you where you're missing it at, it's like, then where's the accountability? How are we ever going to become a complete human being if you only allow people to cheer you for what you do positive and you want everybody to ignore what it is you do negative? The elimination of accountability is what's happening, bro. And I was just sitting here thinking about it, man. It's like, we have to stop being so polarizing to where, because I do good over here, I need you to ignore all these mistakes that I'm making over here that's messing up stuff. But the Bible told us that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, meaning you could be doing right over here and you could be 80% of the way right, but that 20% poison that's in the elixir, it's going to contaminate the whole elixir. So we gotta don't become that person that only wants to focus on the positives and ignore the negatives. And don't be that person that only focuses on the negatives and ignore the positives. It's just about being balanced, being honest, right? It's about giving truth to what it is. The scripture tells us, be not partakers of the unfruitful works of darkness, yet reprove them. The Bible told us that only a fool despises correction. So the script, we have to get back to, what does the Bible say? This is the foundation for truth and life on this earth. What does the scripture say? Is the scripture polarizing just everything? If it ain't this, it's this. If it ain't that, it's that. No, there's some nuance to it. There's a balance to it. The Bible tells us to worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. There are people who just straight Bible says this, and it's like, well, there's parts of the Bible that ain't really clear on certain things, and then you have to take points in the heart and the spirit of the scripture and help apply it to other situations in our lives. And the scripture helps us to understand the heart of God, the mindset of God, but the spirit helps us to understand the heart of God. The relationship with God helps us to connect better with him, so that it's not just black and white. Because guess what? The Pharisees knew the word better than anybody, but the scripture tells us that the letter killeth, but the spirit brings life. So it's just a excuse me, it's just a balance. And I'm sitting here about to go in here and do this account, and I'm just sitting here thinking about it. How it's been an all-out assault on the nuance. And then so what it does is it creates an atmosphere where we can't have healthy conversation, because any type of criticism about your belief systems, you take it as if I'm dismissing your entire existence. It's childish. It's immature. And our nation is becoming more and more immature, to where we cannot have normal conversation. And so what it's doing is creating tension in the air, man. Even when it comes to black and white racial tension, right? You got folks who think all black people is this one way. Stop it. You know that ain't the truth. We can't put all white people in the same category. We can't put all black people in the same category as certain black and white people. There's a thing called nuance. And political correctness is trying to destroy nuance. And it's all Satan's game and trick. Don't fall for it, man. Look at a matter, judge each matter according to that matter, and don't put things into a template where if I see this, that must mean you're all of this. No. That was an isolated incident. I'm not all of that because I did this. Or because I believe this, I'm not all of that. Or because you voted one way, that means there's only a couple people you can vote for. Gotta vote somewhere if you want to vote, or you can just not vote. But we gotta stop making swooping statements and stereotyping and generalizing things. I've been guilty of it. It's just not true. We gotta go by what's happening in the real world as well. We gotta go by what's happening when you outside. A lot of us, we derive our opinions about America because of what we see on the internet, what we see in the comment section. Meanwhile, there's working people day to day who ain't gonna never comment on that. Millions of people who you will never see in the comment section on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. These are the people that's going to the polls. These are the people that's going to the stores, that are buying the things, that are interacting with people in day-to-day life. These are the people that's making the economy go. You have the other people who are hyperbolic, exaggerated. Then you have bots. You have duplicate accounts of people commenting. And so now people think that because the majority of the comments under one video that has 3 or 4 or 5 million views, it represents the entirety of America, when there's 400 million people in America. That's why even when people do the whole, well, according to polls, they did a survey and 65% of Americans believe this. You only asked 50,000 people. There are 400 million people in America. How can we derive any type of serious conclusion based on a 0.1% of the goddamn population? It's silly. But it's what we want. We want answers. So we want to act like we have a grasp on everything. So we make up stuff. Well, I did this survey, so therefore I have data. No, you only took that data from a small sample size of people in Springfield, Wyoming, somewhere. That ain't a representation of America as a whole. There's a little thing called nuance. I'm not about to let y'all kill it. Come on, man. Stop making these swooping statements. Stop letting the internet influence you to draw your conclusions based on what they tell you, what the algorithm tells you, what influencers tell you. There's a reason why they're called influencers, because they are there to shape the opinions of multitudes of people. Don't be influenced so much so that you're willing to change, you're willing to have an opinion contrary to what you actually experience in real life because somebody who got a lot of subscribers said it. Think for yourself. Come up with your own opinion. Go outside. Tell people your own experiences. Do not draw a conclusion on Earth and America and the reality of life based on what somebody said on the internet. Go see it for yourself. God bless.